Maybe you experienced the goofy little thing that kids do when you were a kid that you'd say, make some outlandish promise, but you'd have your fingers crossed and hidden behind your back, or your legs crossed, or your toes crossed, if you could actually do that. That you'd promise this outlandish thing, or promise you'd go out with somebody that wanted to go, but you had no intentions of doing it. You know, that's a goofy little game as kids, but as adults, trust trust is currency, right? Trust is it allows relationships to be able to flourish and thrive. And if we do not have trust, and if we're not trustworthy, then relationships fall apart. And actually, if we're not trustworthy ourselves, we won't have any relationships at all. The passage today is from the Sermon on the Mount, and religious people would vow on everything under the sun. But Jesus is telling them, you don't need to do that. In fact, they would make vows in such a way that it was like they would have their fingers crossed. They'd make the vow in order to appease people, or get people excited, or think that they're going to do something for somebody, but they had no intentions of doing it. And so the Old Testament command to make an oath wasn't about making oaths. It was about keeping our word, letting our yes be yes and our no be no. In the story we took a look at this past weekend, is Israel, they didn't compound the issue of not hearing and following God the way they should by then breaking a commandment, specifically sinning by breaking a vow. Are you a trustworthy person? Is your yes your yes? Because really, at the end of the day, what Jesus is saying is that our word is our vow. If we say it, then we do it. And if we don't want to do it, we don't say it. Trust is a currency of relationships. How have you done to be a trustworthy person? And how can you continue to build trust? Because your word is your vow.